several months into the apocalypse, which means you're either most likely dead or you've left the city. If you're one of the few survivors who stayed behind and is living large, good job. You don't suck. From here, eventually you're going to run out of supplies, which means you're going to have to leave the safety of your home base to resupply on food, water, ammo, and medical supplies. I'm going to teach you 5 parkour moves that'll help you maximize speed, efficiency, and access to resources. Now, before I teach you these parkour moves, a few things you should have on you as far as gear. For resupply missions, 1, a flashlight. Odds are, post-apocalypse, the power's out, which means you're going to have to clear dark buildings, and the only light will be light that you bring. 2, in case you find yourself in a sticky situation with some zombies or bad guys, a knife. Makes a reliable weapon and a useful tool in a number of situations. 3, a good backpack, preferably with a chest strap. That way you can be as quiet and secure as possible. And 4, you should have a water bottle to stay hydrated on your missions. That being said, let's learn some parkour. The first move I'll be teaching you is the parkour safety roll. We do this when we're taking a large drop and the impact is too much to take with just our legs. Now, we do this to help distribute the weight evenly across our bodies so that we don't suffer from shock damage to the joints. This can be a really helpful tool as it can help you take drops that are typically higher than you'd be able to usually perform. Now, a parkour safety roll isn't done like a normal somersault. You're not going straight across your back, but you're rolling from one shoulder to the opposite corner of your back. This minimizes exposure to the spine so you don't damage any vital nerves or bones. For the proper parkour safety roll, the first thing you have to know how to do properly is land. Now, when you're landing, you want to be on the balls of your feet, and you want to bend your knees. Now, this creates kind of a spring in your legs, so that there's as much room to get rid of as much of that impact as possible right away. So when you're taking your drop, you want to drop down to your knees and utilize those joints in the way they're supposed to be used. Now, for the actual roll, you want to lead with your hands together. You want to put them in front of you. So you take your drop, you're here. You want to dive forward, leading with your hands, and then fall down with the shoulder you're leading with. I lead with my left shoulder. So you put the left shoulder on the ground, reach out with your hands, and then pull in and roll across your back, and then you'll land with one leg in front and one leg behind, and then you just stand up from the momentum of the roll. So full speed, it looks like this. You take your impact, boom, and there you go. The next move I'll be teaching you is how to quickly scale a fence like that. Now, this move comes in particularly handy in urban environments because chain link fences like this are all over the place. And an obstacle like this could be the difference between you and a zombie. That being said, let's get to it. The first thing you're going to want to do for this move is find a secure foothold for your shoe. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to help you project yourself up, drive, so that you can get on top of the first part of this fence. So, you approach the fence, you find a foothold, you come, and then you shoot straight up, so you're here. As soon as you reach this point, you want to come down to your stomach and spot a point on the chain link fence that you can grab with your hand. With the other hand, grab in a reverse grip on the top of the fence and simply flip your body over like that. Done full speed, it's like I did at the beginning, so you want to be careful with fences that have the rivets that go right above the pole. So if you're going to do it, it's not going to be a problem, but when you're practicing, that might be a little bit of an inconvenience if it's a little uncomfortable. But I really like this move because I think it's super practical, and in a situation where you're trying to either get away from someone or gain access to a place, this is a really quick and easy way to do it. So there's that. The next move I'll be teaching you is a Kong vault, which, while it's an intermediate move, the practice you do to get it done is well worth it. So, essentially, you're trying to get over the object by placing your hands down first and swinging your knees in through after you. That way you can lead with your feet on the landing and it can be used for precision jumps. There's like a precision Kong. The scariest thing about it is that you're swinging your legs through your arms, and that really bothers a lot of people. So when you're first starting out, you're going to want to practice on something lower, or even on the ground, and you're just going to practice going from here and jumping, bringing your legs through. So, bam. Again, if you're first starting out, you're probably going to be tempted to lift up either one of your hands, so it's going to look more like this, or the other way. But just practice that movement of bringing your arms through, or your legs through your arms, and once you add some speed and start playing around with it, it's easy. It's an easy enough move to learn on your own. So the first thing you want to do is spot where you're going to place your hand. With this sort of thing, with like this rain barrel, I want to place my hands right around the middle. But if it were like a picnic table, I'd want to aim for the end so that I can swing my legs through. And the thing you want to be focused on is where your feet are going to land. So when you first approach the object, you place your hands down first. Then it's simply a matter of pulling your legs in through your arms and over the object. Again, this is scary. A lot of people are afraid they're going to clip their toes on the edge and land on their face, which I've never done. And again, as long as you start little like this, then you'll just be able to work up, and it's worth the practice because this is one of the most versatile moves in the parkour world. I use it all the time, and I really feel like it'll give you a leg up on anyone else who's trying to loot, or if you're running away from someone who means to harm you, or a zombie or something crazy like that. Use this vault. So you approach your object, place your hands, bring the legs through, and it should look like that. The next move I'll be teaching is a turn vault, which is super useful as well. It's primarily done on railings, but again, I'm in my backyard and this is what I've got, so I'll just be using this board for demonstration. And the turn vault is really useful because it gets you from one side of a railing to the other very safely and in a quick way that's also fluid. So if you're like on the edge of a wall or something and there's a railing, you can do your turn vault and then drop down right away or something like that. So again, this is super useful, versatile. You can use it in a lot of places, and it looks like this. Now, that's simple enough. You want one hand placed in a standard grip and the other one in a reverse grip, so you've got kind of an over-under thing going. And actually, in this case, it would be, yeah. So the arm you want to pivot on is going to be the one you have in the reverse grip, and then you'll simply jump up, over, so you're here, and then you're just using this arm as an axis that you turn on, and then hook your other hand around, catch, and then you've got that railing. And the reason you want to pivot with a reverse grip like this is so that if you miss your landing, you've still got that to catch you. So again, you jump over, bam, and going back the other way, using this arm as a pivot, right like that. So there you go. Okay, so the final move I'll be teaching you is a wall run. This one's a difficult one, pretty high up there, but I'm just going to try to teach you the basic principle. You want, when you're approaching the wall, obviously you want a running start. Then, from about 2 or 3 feet back, you lead with the leg you're going to be kicking up on the wall with. So you lead with that leg, place it on the wall, and then you want to push into the wall instead of up, because if you push up, all that force is going down and it's going to scrape down the wall and you're going to, BAM! Body slam the wall. So you want to be here, and then you want to push into the wall, that way you're ensuring that grip, and then I don't even know what that was. But yeah, you want to push into the wall and then kick up while pushing it. You want to push in, kick up. That sounds weird, but when you get out and try it, it'll make sense. So, yes, you're here, you push in, kick up. Don't focus on where you want your hand, focus on the placement of your foot. Because if you're looking up, then you don't even know what your leg's going to do. You could, again, just body slam the wall, and that's no fun. So, in this instance, where I'm trying to get to is way up there, into that windowsill. So, let's see if I can do it. So, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and as always, have a nice day. No, that's actually the ending to FPS Rush's channel. He's awesome. Check him out. He blows stuff up. But, yeah. There you go. Now you're a parkour ninja. The lighting is terrible because the sun is setting. Ciao.